Like every woman who's indistinguishable from Kathy Griffin and does the Hollywood updates on mid-morning TV, I couldn't stop watching the Johnny Depp case. It was a movie. Until Amber Heard took the stand, and then it turned into an audition for a movie that she, as usual, didn't get. I talked about this a lot on my self-help channel. Sign up today to become a millionaire, guaranteed. Or come to one of my shows now playing everywhere, I think. Check out friendlyjordies.com and Tale as Old as Rome and get ready for a gag as old as Rome. Johnny Depp would probably remember those days. Yeah. That's the big takeaway no one's mentioning about this case. J. Depp is a gilf. Johnny is a real-life heartthrob vampire. He should have been cast in Twilight even as a 50-year-old man so he could fall in love with another, much younger actress who I also assume has BPD. Just a natural rebel without a cause. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had a breakup even 1/10 as dramatic as
Johnny, I just want you to hold me. Why won't you look at me? Because of how deeply I've been hurt by you, Amber. And for that, you will never see these eyes again. Oh, Johnny!
He actually said that. Off the cuff. He just naturally speaks like the man in the puffy shirt in a Mills and Boon novel. Take note, aspiring actors. That's why he's had a 40-year career and you're still doing Panadol ads. You're not saying that now, let alone at 52. He's still breaking hearts as a retiree. You'll be shitting yourself at that age like Amber Heard. Everything, all of it. Best movie I've ever seen. Even the supporting cast of The Witnesses, from his bum friend that even had that accent of, yeah, I know, Johnny, who wants to know? To his lawyer, which, honey, why are you a lawyer? Why aren't you playing a lawyer in some show like Law and Order, People Who Think They're Victims Unit? She had us on the edge of our seats asking Amber Heard about facial expressions she pulls, which did need to be addressed. Please, Amber, please, stop pulling that dumb egg face when you're trying to look neutral. That lawyer kept that energy up the whole time. It felt like the climax scene of A Few Good Men, but it lasted 2 weeks. And acting against Amber Heard, who, as usual, killed the moment. Look at her when she's talking to you, Amber. She's trying to connect. What was that looking at the jury stuff? Did you take a page out of your ex's book? You'll never see these eyes again, Camille. You know what else was amazing? That the audio arguments between them are only arguments that massive Hollywood stars could possibly have.
21 Jump Street was terrible. We're really gonna go there? Aquaman, Amber. Aquaman. Aquaman was a tale of redemption. I'll cut your f***ing hand off.
And how half the case was,
Your Honor, I would like to draw attention to just how unfamous Amber Heard is. I mean, no one had even heard of Heard until Aquaman, and even then, I didn't watch Aquaman, did you? Objection, Your Honor. Johnny Depp's last 5 films have been flops. I'll allow it. Did anyone in this courtroom actually watch Aquaman? This is Heard. You're under oath. I rest my case. In that case, I find Johnny Depp guilty of being unbearably talented. Hard to be broody about such a verdict, but I'll find a way.
that was a huge part of the trial. Can Amber Heard even act? And she answered very clearly on the witness stand, where after thousands of hours with some of the world's greatest acting coaches, you'd think she'd be a bit better at selling a dramatic monologue than Arnold Schwarzenegger. Remember her first testimony? It was like sitting through half of the girls' IPs in Year 12 drama with her.
You've never felt love like that. At least that's how it felt. So much. I felt like he recognized me and I recognized him, and there was just something. That was the love of my life.
God, I wish some old gay man in a skivvy came in at that exact moment and said, Amber, stop, honey, stop. What is this adding? As everyone always says about defo cases, it doesn't so much matter if you win or lose in court. What matters is the court of public opinion, and my God, have you seen such a hero of the net since the frog on the unicycle? It also proved why you need juries determining these cases, because when you're arguing if someone's been unfairly damaged in the eyes of the public, shouldn't you be asking the public? I really respect the courts, I really do. I understand that they're a crucial institution of any republic, But it is incredible that judges can say, yes, I can see myself in the shoes of the average Joe Sixpack. If I was down at the local tavern, what would my small talk be? The Smithington vs. Taffy Guild case of 1635, of course. It's very noticeable. People within the court system have been so obviously trained to think in a certain way that they do look at tactics and case sightings of a side that is clearly morally reprehensible and think, yes, that is a clever way of interpreting that particular law. Points to Gryffindor. It's a sport to them, while the average person takes one look at Amber Heard's defense and thinks, no, Johnny Depp is missing a finger. I think the other reason it's enthralled us is that it's just such an encapsulation of our times. It really is. Sorry to sound so Sky Newsy, but cancel culture was put on trial that day. And I think it really highlighted the sick nature of the press. Look at the articles about the trial from all the blue check freaks versus what people, actual people, think. It's the critic review of Amy Schumer's stand-up show versus the audience's opinion all over again. The sheer disconnect these wealthy, friendless nerds have with reality, and yet they're the ones that get to determine reality. The New Yorker stating, the careful legal vetting of her post-op-ed may be evident in the wording. Heard calls herself a public figure representing abuse, not a victim or a survivor of it. She did not name Depp, nor did she specify a type of abuse. Yes, off the hook. The side that's clearly wrong do this all the time in defo cases, and it angers me deeply. They focus on the wording of a sentence, hundreds of thousands of dollars over arguing about a sentence, and then pretend, regardless of how it was f***ing worded, that Johnny Depp wasn't dropped from Fantastic Beasts because of it. The evil side do this all the time in court. They try to make the argument about the definition of 3 words, pretending like anyone would remember the exact wording of a sentence from 6 years ago, and not the clear overall vibe of it, which I think was pretty well summed up, with Amber Heard putting heaps of blush on her face and appearing on People magazine's front cover. But none of that matters. No, what matters is the sentence. And if the press are on your side culturally, and they clearly are culturally on Amber Heard's side, because they too understand the sting of growing up well off and being told that they could be anything, which their psychiatrist told them is actually a form of abuse, and yet still, even with all those connections, ended up as a writer for Vice. That's their actual Me Too. I wanted to be a movie star, but I also didn't have talent too. That's what I really like about the US court case, that they're televised, because if they're not, you get these pricks getting to interpret what happened behind closed doors and then telling the public that the sentence was the most convincing argument of the day, when if the public can see what was actually said in the context of everything else that happened, it becomes clearly a global laughingstock. As such, can you guess what other cultural tropes these journalists are going to tick off? Social media is evil because people don't think what I want them to think anymore. Yes, of course. It's always the public's fault, isn't it, Vice? Yes, it is Twitter. There's no way if the public took Amber Heard's side that they wouldn't be writing a bunch of articles saying, here are the best clapbacks on Johnny Depp so far. They can't reprogram their believe women conditioning by even 1 degree, and as such, look at how insane the people are that weave the narratives of reality. Look at this. She says, this is not a joke, that Johnny Depp's finger being cut off, like he's a tradie apprentice, isn't anywhere near as bad as the fact that he used that severed finger to slut shame Amber Heard. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how the press worldwide find the most f***ed people with the most infuriatingly dumb views globally. Paris and Phnom Penh. Hi. Look, even the caricature of the journalist who wrote it, I still love you, Hillary. All of them. All the journos that are defending Heard. You can tell the reason they are is because they're all as f***ing mental as Amber Heard is. You can tell they were thinking throughout the trial, yeah, of course I'd shit in someone's bed if I was angry at them. That is, as I love to say on Twitter, totally fine and normal behaviour. How did it get to this? How did it get to the point where the people that are this mentally deficient, like not just dumb, insane. Why is it that it's only them, the only people on earth who want to defend the idea, because that's really what they're defending here, right? They're defending the idea that it's perfectly okay to ruin someone's career who earned it, so you can get a teeny boost in profile from the coverage that will fizzle and die like the guy that killed Apu. That's worth destroying someone's life over. That's worth destroying the life of someone who gave you millions of dollars and the only notable role you've ever had. And they're the ones these outlets hire instead of notifying the nut house. I get it. I get the reason proprietors hire journalists is to make them push their political agendas, but do they also have to be so personally detestable? Does BuzzFeed really have to hire ghouls who write things like, why must we torture women before giving them a redemption arc? She cut his finger off! Literally a form of medieval torture, and yet, nah, the true torture was that anyone was allowed to express their opinions other than those that work advice. Yeah? Well, here's my opinion. When he's inevitably rehired for Pirates of the Caribbean 6, they gotta do a scene of, pass me that rum first, mate, and ow, my finger. Oh well, waste not, want not, let's use the blood to make a map of the treasure. I heard it's encased in amber, and oh no, it's actually encased in poo. And then obviously you're gonna have to call it Pirates of the Caribbean #2. Come on, we know this already exists, we're doing it for the meme. Anyway, that's just another reason you should subscribe to Friendly Jimmies, because I tell it like it is. And, I wonder what the ratio is going to be like on this one, guys. You ready? Like this video if you think Amber Heard is a liar. Ooh, I've got no idea what the outcome's going to be on that one. T-shirts available at friendlyjordies.com. Get me as Mr. Sparkler there. And like Amber Heard, all the proceeds will go to children's hospitals. I swear. I'm just yanking your chain. It'll be going to the things that put children in hospitals. Yeah! Maybe this is the reason I relate to Johnny Depp.
Please share and comment below. Comment.